Hello and welcome to the Flagstaff County podcast. I'm your host, Cary Castagna, Communications Coordinator for Flagstaff County. Today I am joined by Ala Hakim Oberg, a lawyer from Tehran, Iran, now practicing law in Forestburg. Welcome, Ala.
Thanks for having me, Cary.
You're listening to the official podcast of Flagstaff County. Now, I want to delve right into your background and a little bit about the journey you've taken to get here. Can you tell us about your early life in Tehran and what inspired you to pursue a career in law?
Sure. I was born and raised, as you said, in Tehran with 8 million people or so. And my father, he's Iranian Lebanese, and my mom, she was Persian. I lost her 8 years ago.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Thank you. Growing up in Iran, we lived very closely to my aunties, my mom's siblings, my mom's sisters, and two of them, they studied law. But unfortunately, because it was at the revolution time in Iran, so they couldn't become a lawyer because they were women at that time. And maybe that was the reason I really wanted to do it when I could.
Yeah.
Because at the time that I finished and got my law degree, the woman could practice law in Iran. And there was no problem.
Like, did you think about it as a little girl or as you got a little bit older, as a teenager or even older than that?
Maybe since I was in high school.
Oh, okay.
I even went and met with a lawyer in our community and talked to her. And it seems like I was very sure that I'm going to be a lawyer and I just needed more information. And since high school, I wanted always to be a lawyer.
So why was that? Because you want to help people, or?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Yes, I would love to help people. And I really think in family law or lots of area of law, I'm not saying like gender, it doesn't matter really when practicing law, but some people may find it more comfortable talking with, the same gender.
Oh, yeah, I see what you mean, yeah.
Yeah. So especially for the women, I really wanted to be there, help them, be a lawyer, and whatever it takes me.
So what was the process of becoming a lawyer in Iran like, and what challenges did you face?
So for you to become a lawyer in Iran, you have to have like bachelor's of the law degree in Iran. And after that, you would article for a couple years and would have a bar exam. And after bar exam, also we have some theory exam, and that is all one-day exam.
Oh, okay.
And then after you passed everything and you, of course, articled, you can be called to the bar and you can be a lawyer. And the most challenging part, I think, is that one-day exam that we don't have here in Canada. In Canada, the program is like almost 9-month program, and they kind of prepare us and teach us how to be a lawyer. It's not only about studying, but how to kind of behave as a lawyer.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And I really like it.
But the studying takes a few years, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So any other challenges you faced, or?
As a lawyer, I studied in Iran, and after that, maybe being just like young person, I would like to explore different countries. Mm-hmm. And after I finished my studying, I moved to Dubai, and then I moved to Oman, and then I moved to Georgia. And in most of the countries that I've been, I was working as a corporate law lawyer, and mostly with a contract law.
Oh, okay. And so you did practice for a little while in Iraq?
Yes.
And then eventually you moved on?
Exactly.
And so that's where you met your husband?
Yes.
Anders Oberg. Started dating in 2012?
Yes.
So can you talk about how you met each other?
Yeah, we met in Dubai. Anders, at that time, he's petroleum engineering, and he was working with a company in Dubai. And I was working also in Dubai, so we met in the bar, and we started our kind of long distance relationship. We would see each other on the trip. We went to lots of places together, And eventually we thought it's the time to make a home and make a family together. So Anders came to Canada to join his family on the farm. And later on, I joined him. And now we have 2 boys together.
It's a cattle operation, right?
That's right. It's a farm and cattle operation.
That was in 2016 when he brought you to Canada? Or?
Yes.
Yeah. And did he tell you about Flagstaff County or Forestburg? Or?
I had a little bit kind of knowledge that where am I coming. He told me it's like a village. We are living in the village, but we have Iranian community in Edmonton. Mm-hmm. And you can have still Iranian friends and talk to your language, but we live a little bit far from Edmonton. And when I come here, I was very surprised. I love it here, truly. It seems like I'm living in vacation, especially in the summer. I'm still, it's still challenging for me in the winter to live and drive here. But in the summer, I love it.
But you've been here for almost 10 years.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, so I don't think you ever get used to the winters.
Yeah, this is my only problem. Other than that, I love it. Peaceful, just no traffic. Just you can go in your backyard and listen to the nature, which I love the most. And we don't have pollution here, which is great. And I love it here. And I love my kids that grow up here.
Oh, yeah. And how old are your kids?
My first son is 7, and my youngest one is 1 year now.
So, you got your hands full there. Any other things that you thought about as far as relocating to Canada? Were you worried, or obviously it's going to be a big difference for
Yes, I was very worried, and I was worried about whole racism thing.
Yeah.
But in my own experience, it was great. People were welcoming, and everywhere I went, from university, I went to U of A, to exactly I arrived to Canada 2016, I guess, 16th December. And on January 4th, I started my English classes as a ESL student. Everyone was super welcoming. And my teachers and the university staff, and I was amazed, that there's no racism in the way the people talk about it, really, because that American and North American, this is all we hear about. But I think Canada is much different than other country, because in my own experience, I didn't experience anything like racism or anything
that's good to hear. Yeah. So your degree, what did you have to do with your degree from Iran? Did you have to redo parts of it? Or?
So I was really prepared to go to law school from the starting point, because, I never stopped thinking to become a lawyer ever in my life. And I even talked to Anders about it, and he told me probably you can go to start university from the starting point and become a lawyer in Canada. But fortunately, after I arrived, Anders' aunt, she was a professor in U of A, and she told me there is international trained program for the lawyers that they have been trained anywhere else, and they can register for U of A. And there's a program. It was 1-year program, and after graduation, you will be eligible for a bar exam.
Oh, okay. So you didn't have to start from scratch?
No.
Or right from the beginning? No. So that's good.
No, it was a 1-year program, and after that, I articled at Andreessen-Borth. Michael Borth and Margaret Weir Andreessen were they are always my principal lawyers, and I truly felt home with Andreessen-Borth. I articled in Killam with Mike and with Margaret in Camrose, and they are truly second family for me. And we still have very good connection together, and they kind of show me how to become a lawyer in Canada, and I'm very grateful.
Wow. How long did you article for them?
It was based on off and off. So So, but in total, I think it was I graduated 2020, and maybe from 2021, I was working off and on with them.
Oh, okay. Now, what are some of the most significant differences you've noticed between practicing law in Iran and Canada?
So in Canada, we have common law
Yeah.
system, and in Iran we had civil law system, which is mixed with Sharia law, which means like religion, and law were combined to make the legal system. And we had law books, which you had to find what is the law from the book and kind of implement that. But here in Canada, we are in common law system, which means we have to follow the precedent and the other kind of court's decision that are binding for us. So it's totally different. And I didn't know actually how to do that. And in U of A, they basically told us, whatever you have been doing so far, it's wrong. This is civil law system, and we have to do it this way. Oh. So that was very, very challenging.
So that was a big change for you. Yeah.
I was lucky, like I'm still lucky. My mother-in-law, she's a legal researcher. She taught me from the scratch how to do legal research because we don't have a legal research in the meaning that we have it in Canada. We don't have it in Iran.
Oh, okay. So how would you describe the Canadian legal system compared to what you experienced in Iran?
Yeah, so I like it. I like really because I think it's updated. Like we have to follow the precedent and other court decisions that has been made today. This is very good. Or like the most recent decision made by the courts. So this makes, the law and legal system always update, whereas you have to go and dig in the books and bring the law and see if that is still is applicable in your situation or not. So I personally prefer common law system.
So what are some of the unique cultural or legal challenges you've encountered in Canada, both personally and professionally?
I have very, very good experience here. I think truly Canadians are very polite, and I didn't have any challenges, but just personally, maybe in my personal life with my husband, usually when he would ask me, would you like to do that? Sometimes at the first I would say, oh no, let's not do. And then I figured out, oh no, do you want to do that? That means let's do this. Oh. This is just a polite way of saying it. But yeah.
Are you a Canadian citizen?
Yes. After marriage, it's it took almost 3 years. You have to 3 years live in Canada to be able to apply. I got my permanent residency after my marriage, and then I moved to Canada. And after 3 years, 2.5 maybe living here, I had to write exam. And after I passed, I could become a Canadian citizen. But yeah, our paperwork actually was fast. Yeah. They give me permanent residency maybe after a few months, because even if in our pictures that we could show, marriage is not that important for immigration purposes. Yeah. It's just important you show that you have been together and this is real relationship.
Yeah, it's not
so with our picture we could Anders and me, we both changed a lot.
Oh, okay.
So it didn't take us a long time, fortunately. But
that's good then.
Yes.
Yeah. How has your perspective as an immigrant influenced your approach to practicing law in Canada?
Yeah, of course, I feel lots of empathy for the people, who left their country and their life to start over something new. I would love to help anyone, and I got lots of help from university to my personal life and my job, everywhere. People were very welcoming and willing to help me. So I really want to do the same. Yeah. I would like to help as much as I can.
What inspired you to set up your practice now in a small town like Forestburg? I guess because you live just in the area of Forestburg,
yes,
right?
Yes. I live on the farm, but super close, maybe 5 minutes.
Oh, 5 minutes from Forestburg?
Yeah, so Forestburg is home for me.
you set up your practice right on Main Street, right?
Yes.
Forestburg.
Yes, I am in professional building in Forestburg. And Forestburg is home. I loved working in Camrose and Killam, but having a young kid. And like we have, I believe, only one lawyer coming once a week in Forestburg. So I thought it's not a bad idea where I live in Forestburg. I should help people around here and have my practice move to Forestburg.
And then how's that going so far? Are you keeping busy? Or?
Great. Yeah. Yeah, and this is amazing. Like, I got lots of clients, even like I wanted to explain and just a little bit tell them about myself. And they were like, we know you. We read about you in Western Producer.
Oh.
And I get lots of these comments from the people, which is very good. And I'm happy to hear that.
So, and how is Forestburg treating you? Your oldest child is going to school.
Yes, it's great.
Yeah.
Like everyone, as I said, were trying to helping me, even businesses getting my cards, like putting my cards on their boards and kind of advertising for me, trying to get client for me. Like most of businesses in Forestburg that I was surprised and amazed, and I'm so grateful.
Yeah, that's the beauty of a rural community.
Yes.
So what are some of the most common legal issues you help clients with in a rural community, and how does that differ from your urban practice?
So I used to only work at the cooperation and contracts and like international trade law and with the companies. But after I moved here, thanks to Margaret and Mike, they taught me great how to make wills, how to deal with the small businesses, how to do family law. And I'm super happy to be able to help my clients with family law, land conveyancing, small businesses, wills, and estate planning, which I never done any of those in Iran.
Oh, yeah. But obviously those are all things that we need out here in a rural community.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, and you talked about this already, but how has the local community embraced your legal practice and your unique story? Like,
very nicely.
Yeah.
Like, I was very amazed by every kind of single businesses there. And having my card, asking for my card, just putting on the board and just introducing me, even when I'm not there. Just, we have a lawyer here in the town if you want, and just telling the areas of the practice to the people, that which areas I work, and very welcoming, very welcoming.
Oh, that's good. That's good to hear. Are there particular aspects of rural life that you find especially rewarding or challenging?
Of course, living in your vacation is very rewarding. And at the summer, I love it.
Yeah.
Summer, spring.
Summers are beautiful, eh?
Yes, summer and the spring are really beautiful.
Yeah.
And I really love it.
So what has been the most surprising or rewarding aspect of your journey from Tehran to practicing law here in Canada?
My kids, my firm, my family.
Yeah.
They are all, I think, the rewards that I got from moving from Iran to here. Both of my kids were born here, and now having my practice, and I can help people the way I like it. It's very rewarding for me.
Is there a little bit of a culture shock, though? You come from 8 million people.
Yes.
A city of 8 million people, and then, to a small rural community. That's got to be quite the change.
It is quite a change. So, but I lived in Tehran. I lived in Ekbatan. Ekbatan is kind of complex that we have everything kind of inside the complex.
Yeah.
You don't really have to go out to get groceries, and everyone, each other. I went to school there. I grew up there. So that is very similar to the community that now I'm living in
So was it
Forestburg.
kind of like a neighborhood?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's right.
Oh, okay. And then what lessons have you learned from your immigration journey that have shaped you as a person and a professional?
I learned never give up.
Yeah.
When you want to do something, if you love to do something, and you should go for it. And you should never give up. Maybe life don't give you the perfect situation, but you have to make that perfect situation yourself.
Yeah. Were there times that you thought maybe you weren't going to make it?
Maybe in law school every single day.
Oh, yeah.
I was thinking I don't make it.
At the U of A?
Yes.
Yeah.
But so, studying in the different language, and English is my third language.
Studying in English.
Yeah.
Would be a huge challenge. Yeah.
Exactly. So, yeah. But my husband, who was always kind of pushing me forwards and wanting me to do that, and was telling me, okay, it's not a big deal. If you didn't make it, you can do it again.
Yeah.
You just go for it. And this is what I did.
It's good to have that support.
And yes.
So you said you have 3 languages. 3 languages. Is that English and then?
Arabic.
And
then Farsi, Persian.
Oh, okay. Wow. Was English hard to learn? Or?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like the hardest, probably?
Kind of, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I could speak English, but I couldn't write in English when I come to Canada. So I had to go to U of A to learn how to write in English. And for me, it was challenging.
Yeah.
But after years, I was patient. I didn't want to learn the language overnight. And maybe 3 years, I studied as a ESL in University of Alberta until I get my English degree.
Wow.
And I could go to University of, again, U of A for law school.
Now you realize what you've done is pretty phenomenal.
Thank you.
Coming from another country and law of all things, that's not an easy industry to get into, but you've done it, and you're a role model to probably young women out there. And so what advice would you give to immigrants or women looking to establish careers in a new country?
So I don't see myself really on the position that I can give advice, but I can just say never give up. And if you love your career, if you know what you love, just go for it and never give up.
And you'll find a way to do it, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, sometimes you may not know how you're going to do it, but you keep working hard and don't give up, and you get there eventually.
Exactly.
Right? Yeah.
Yes.
So I just kind of want to look ahead a little bit. So what are your aspirations for your legal career and personal life here in Alberta?
I think I will stay here forever.
Oh, yeah.
I think my kids are going to school here, and hopefully my youngest one too. And I don't think I really want to leave Forestburg and Alberta, and I think I would continue here.
Oh, that's good to hear. And then obviously you want to grow your practice? Or?
Yes, I have. We are already talking about it. We are 3-4 Iranian-Canadian women in Alberta. That all of us, we are lawyers, and we are thinking about maybe combine law firms together. Maybe in the future we can have more branches, hopefully, out there. Okay. But for sure, I'm here. I'm in Forestburg one.
So where are they? They're in other parts of Alberta?
Yes, mostly in Edmonton, Calgary, Medicine Hat.
Oh, okay, so all over the province.
Yes.
Yeah, because I was going to ask you, do you see yourself expanding your practice or exploring any other areas of law in the future?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah. This is the beauty of law, that you can practice whatever you learned. And after, if you want to grow, if you want to study, you always have that opportunity to study more, to grow more, to expand your area of practice. And this is definitely something that I'm looking into it for the future.
Now, I know Iran has a special place in your heart. How do you stay connected to your roots while building a life here in Canada?
So fortunately, we have very good Iranian community in Edmonton. And I am very happy that I'm connected with them. And I would like to thank Nuran Ostadian and Shayeste. They are great people that try and keep us connected with our roots and celebrate all Iranian holidays and Iranian New Year, which is different. And we celebrate the first day of spring as our New Year.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And I would love, like, my kids always to be connected with my Iranian roots. And I try to travel back home too. I think last time we traveled home, Eric was maybe less than a year. And I am planning to visit, just for a visit, hopefully next year, go back so Eric and Arnie can see where I grow up and where am I coming from.
All right. I don't know if there's anything else.
No, that's all. Thanks for having me.
Well, thank you, Ala. It's been a pleasure speaking with you on the Flagstaff County podcast.
Thank you.